Sir, we say we need to drink structured water. What is structured water and why it is required?
There is a beautiful reason why we need to have structured water. It arises from the fact that water is the only liquid which has got a wonderful arrangement of molecules due to its peculiar bonding called hydrogen bonding. That is, H2O is the molecular structure. So oxygen, hydrogen, hydrogen. So there is now one more water molecule with the same oxygen, hydrogen, hydrogen. But because of oxygen being electronegative, it attracts the electrons of the hydrogen towards oxygen itself. So now you have a delta negative charge towards oxygen and delta positive charge towards hydrogen. So this delta negative charge of this water molecule attracts the delta positive charge of the next molecule. So now there is a bonding, a loose bonding. So now the water molecule of this one molecule to the other molecule, there is a bonding. Now the same thing happens to the, so now each and every molecule is actually connected like a nice garland. And now in between this delta positive, delta negative, when the water is running, after it rains, it runs through the soils, different places, different soils. Now you have minerals, you have chemicals, you have all kinds of things that actually start getting accumulated into the water. Whatever is soluble, it start, actually the solubility of many things is because of this distributed positive and negative charges in the molecule. Though water as a whole neutral, but there is internal polarization, it is called. So the polarity of the water molecule brings into this wonderful structure of the water. So now if the water is not structured, how do we make destructured? If we keep adding lot of minerals, lot of polarized chemicals, the structured nature gets disturbed. But then in nature, the runningness, I mean the water is running always from higher altitude to lower altitude. That is the nature of things. So that kinetic energy keeps this structured water as structured as long as the water is running. So once the water stops running and stagnates, again all these other parameters come into play. So if you have a stagnated water, the structure of the water is disturbed depending upon what is dissolved in the water. So now you put it in your overhead tank. What do you happen? You are actually making plastic nanoparticles. So whenever you stagnate water in big dams and then municipal corporation water heads tanks, overhead tanks, and then again in your house, so wherever the water stagnation happens, you start destructuring the water. And why do we need structured water? When there is structuredness in the water, there is a delta positive and delta negative. So when the water runs through, it can take away the toxic things, dirt, all kinds of unwanted things can be passed out through your urine. If the water is not structured, what happens? The dissolvability of many of these toxic materials is going to be less and less and less. So the best thing that you can do is drink structured water. How do we do? Present day conditions, you cannot go to a waterfall and then say every day I will drink water there. That's not possible. And this is the reason why in many places there is waterfalls. If you go and take bath in the waterfalls, you will feel better. You will feel rejuvenated, because our body is actually 70% water. So when you are standing under a waterfall for 15-20 minutes, the water molecules in your body get structured and then you start feeling good. That is the reason why you need structured water. So if you want to drink water, you want to drink structured water.